Hey guys, it's Aubrey from Muttley Plans again, um, coming at you with a plan with me from this past week. So this will be for January 20th, up until the day that this is released. So that's Sunday, the 26th. I had to wait till I changed the page. Um, Full disclosure, life is lifing. This is the fourth time I've tried recording this, so hopefully this time it'll work out. The kit that I used for this week was Frozen Lake by Brienne Nicole Designs. And then that was just looking back at last week, seeing what I did. I decided to use this washi tape. Got it a couple years ago from Amazon. Actually, I think my husband bought it off Amazon for me. So I can't really tell you exactly what to look for if you wanted to get some like it. It came in one of those bundles of like 20 different washi tapes. So, unfortunately, I can't tell you exactly the name of it. Decided that I did want to use this pink plaid up at the top. I really like how Brienne Nicole Designs put in pink into this. I really liked how well it looked with the different tones of gray and blue. And then you have this little splash of light pink that just somehow makes it all pull together. Also, a quick disclaimer, like I said earlier, life is lifing, so you may hear the husband in the background playing video games, playing RuneScape actually. And then I do also have 3 pups on the couch with me, so if you hear any snoring or, toenails clacking on the floor, just ignore it. But you may hear one or all or many of those things. So I did decide this week I was going to try to cover up that monthly calendar at the top and then just use my January stamp from a set of stamps that I got off of Amazon on Black Friday to mark in that it was January. I actually really liked how this turned out. I thought that it was nice having that little piece of deco at the top there with just that January. For the sidebar this week, I did decide to put a this week sticker, and what I wound up tracking on that was just like my pressing tasks for the week. So if I needed to make a phone call or, pay a bill or something this week, then I put that on there. So one thing that I do wish that I had more of were date dots. That's something I don't have a whole lot of in my collection, or at least not ones that would go with this kit specifically. So I did have to write in the dates, but overall I did like the way the date covers looked. I just don't like the look of my handwriting for the numbers of the dates. But I also feel like that's probably the vast majority of people. um, so, I don't know. Sometimes I like my handwriting, other times I'm like, it'd be nice if I had a sticker for that instead. So here you are getting a front row seat to the indecisiveness that I have. When I have a ton of different pretty boxes to choose from, it's really difficult for me to choose just one. And so that's what you are seeing here. I did finally wind up with this little pink box to put this script from Brienne Nicole Designs that just says sleep in. Monday, if you are from the United States, you know, but Monday was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so I did have that day off from my main job. I did go in for my part-time for about 3 hours, but my main job I had completely off, which was nice. So now I'm just doing little scribbles. These 3 inks that I'm putting on this little piece of paper are the 3 inks that I'm going to use throughout this plan with me. The top one is Ferris Wheel Press. What is it? Gale Force Green, excuse me. And then that middle one is Birmingham Penco's Megalodon, which is my ink of the month. And then that last one, that pink, is my Robert Oster Australis Rose, which is the ink of the week. Which I did actually do a whole video on how I chose my ink of the week this week. So if you haven't seen that and you would like to take a look at it, that is already up on my channel. So I decided that I would use the Australis Rose to mark in anything personal that I did throughout the week. And then I chose the Birmingham Penco Megalodon to mark in anything that had to do with my main job, my full-time job. And lastly, I chose the Ferris Wheel Press Gale Force Gale Force Green. I have trouble calling it green because it looks blue, but anyway. But I used Gale Force Green to mark in for my part-time job. I also decided a couple times to live on the edge and not use my ruler. But overall, I think my lines for this one at least were relatively straight, so I was pretty proud of myself. So for my part-time job, I do work part-time as an athletic trainer at a local university. Honestly, I got it for 2 reasons. I'm really wanting to focus on paying off some of my credit card debt that I have accrued over the years. And then also my current job, I love it. It's really a great job. However, I only get to use a small portion of what I can do, like my capabilities as an athletic trainer. And so I wanted to make sure that I could still brush up on those different skills that I don't get to use as much where my current, like my full-time job is at. So on Monday, that is the day that I decided I would record, how I go through and choose my ink of the week. So if you watched my video before, then you know that I have an ink of the month. So that's what I put in my TWSBI Echo, and my goal is to write that TWSBI Echo dry by the end of the month. I fill it all the way up with one of my bottled inks, and I try to write it dry. My ink of the week is my main ink for the week, so it's that pink Australis Rose. So my goal for that is I ink it up at the beginning of the week. I use it for things like journaling and plan with me's and just different things, writing throughout the week. And my goal is to write that one dry as well. I do this because, one, I have commitment issues, so I don't want to commit to a whole bunch of pens that are inked up throughout the month. And also, I don't have that many fountain pens that I can just ink up and have, throughout the month. I think I'm sitting at about 7 fountain pens, but 3 of them are permanently inked with the same color, and I'm just slowly working through those ink bottles that I have permanently inked in those pens. One of them being this A2 that I just wrote MLK Day in with. That is permanently inked with Jacques Urbain Pearl Nior. And it'll be inked with that until until I run out of that ink, and then I'll choose a different black ink to try. So it's just been easier cleaning wise and everything else if I keep the same ink in those pens, and I know that I'm going to need a black ink in that pen because I use it every day in my work planner as well as just at work in general. So that line that I just drew across the 8 p.m. Slot on my planner is to mark in my nightly phone calls at 8 p.m. that I have with my mom. And then I actually really liked how I did it this week. I took those 2 stickers that have the little phone and the call sign, and I just basically bookended it. And I think that's how I'm pretty much going to do it from now on. Just because I don't want to bulk up that portion of the planner by marking in every day with a sticker that I have a phone call at 8. I feel like that might get a little difficult to write on if I do that. So I like this option quite a bit more. Now you can see that I am using my Zig Clean color dot markers to mark in the different areas of my budget that I want to track. I did get paid on Thursday this week, so that means that my budget has renewed for the next month. I don't get paid at the first or the end of the month like most people do. I actually get paid twice a week, and so my monthly budget actually restarts on the 23rd of every month versus, the 30th or the 31st. I decided instead of doing different like little marks or those little X's that I do in the other portion of this plan with me to mark things off, I decided just to use these little dots and check off the dots. I don't know if I'll do this every week because I haven't decided if I fully enjoyed this or not. But I did decide to use those and then just write in, my top priority things to do for this week. Again, another moment of indecision on my part. So I don't usually mark in my trash day, but if I have a sticker, I might as well use it, is my way of thinking. So I did go ahead and put that in. Payday, I'm pretty consistent in marking those in, whether it's with just a little emoji or a little dollar sign or the actual script. So I went ahead and put that in at the top as well, just to remind myself that it is payday, although let's be honest, I would never forget when I'm getting money. So towards the end of Monday, I got to do a little bit of me time. That's pretty much my routine at the end of any weekday, is that I get to have a little bit of me time. It's anywhere from 2 hours, around 2 hours usually. But that's just time where my husband gets to enjoy his hobby and I get to enjoy mine. If you don't know, the reason that I do voiceovers instead of just talking to y'all as I go is actually because my husband and I share a office space. So he's a gamer, he plays RuneScape, and I'm a planner and journaler. And we made the decision that we want to do those things in the same room. It's really fun because when he has a break during a raid on RuneScape, he gets to kind of sit and chat with me, and I get to sit and chat with him as I plan and journal and stuff like that. So we really enjoy it. But that does mean that I do have to do these voiceovers instead of just talking to you, like most other Plan With Me's do. So down at the bottom for the Monday and the Tuesday slots, I went ahead and did a to-do list. So I don't think I will usually, I should say, do these to-do lists down at the bottom like this. However, with how busy January in general has been, we've kind of been catching ourselves coming and going when it comes to just getting a rhythm, traveling, stuff like that. So we were wanting to really focus on cleaning and just tidying up the house. I definitely am chronically behind on laundry. There are always dishes to do. If you live in your house, then you know the struggle. So definitely wanted to wash and fold clothes, wash the dishes, and then it's also time to vacuum and mop. Which I will say, we do not sweep in our house. We found that with 4 dogs and all of the hair, that just doesn't work for us. So we actually use a handheld vacuum, and we vacuum the entire house, and it is the best thing since tear off toilet paper, honestly. We found that there's a lot less residual dog hair, and at least the floors stay clean for a little bit before they get, dog hair on them again. There were a few spaces that I knew I wouldn't need at the bottom, and so I just went ahead and put in a little bit of deco in them just to kind of zhuzh the bottom up a little bit and make it not look quite as naked. So up here I decided I was going to go ahead and use that weekend banner. And I put a little bit of that washi tape there. I'm really hoping, I like that washi tape, but I am trying to use as much washi tape as I possibly can because I have an unbelievable amount of washi tape. So I want to use it. It's all pretty. I want to use it. And I'm not the kind of person to hang on to stuff and not use it just because it's pretty. I actually want to use all the pretty things so that I can buy more. So that YouTube sticker is from Brienne Nicole Designs as well. I decided not to use it to mark in every time I post a video because I seem to be doing 2 to 3 videos a week. And I would run out of those stickers very quickly. And I just didn't buy enough to where that would, I wouldn't want to do that. And I don't want to buy new ones so soon. So I am semi-conserving those. But I did decide I would just use those to mark in my to-dos for YouTube. So that's what I did this week. And that was it for Monday. So now we're on to Tuesday. If anybody's wondering, this A5 Traveler's Notebook setup where I get to keep everything in one place is phenomenal. I love it. It is heavy, but I don't mind it. So if you're thinking about it and thinking about getting a traveler's notebook set up or anything like that, I highly recommend. I've enjoyed it. I have everything in one place. All I had to do was get a little pin bag that I carry with me. That way I have all my different pins that I might want to write with, and I'm set. Like, traveling now is a breeze. I just throw stuff in that little pin bag, and then I grab my traveler's notebook and I'm set. It's really helped a lot, especially traveling wise. And then also I tend to take my stuff to work, just in case I have a little bit of downtime, like if I'm eating lunch or anything like that. And it's been really nice. I've enjoyed it. I'm probably going to do a bit of a like monthly review at the end of this month, talking about my different planner systems and journals and how they're working for me. But overall, if you just happen to miss that video, just know 10 out of 10 on the A5 Traveler's Notebook.
What two things, both of them should have a problem.
So if you look at the bottom right hand, you'll notice I did put in a couple of trackers. My husband and I are doing a 21-day fast with our church. Basically, he and I are abstaining from eating meat, which I don't mind because I'm not a huge meat eater. But since that was more of a dietary choice, like I'm wanting to do that to be healthier, the whole no meat thing, I did also add in no YouTube. So, no watching YouTube, I should say. I am still posting videos, I'm just not watching them. I did this because I found that I will watch hours and hours of videos. It's kind of like my TV. Pretty much, I would get home and I would turn YouTube on, and I would still do stuff while watching YouTube, but it's never good when you have split attention and you're trying to do things. I noticed that I didn't read as much. My overall productivity and my attention to my devotionals and stuff like that, just it wasn't quite as strong. And so I decided to remove that from my life for 21 days. And once that 21 days is over, I will kind of review and see what boundaries I would like to set for myself getting back into YouTube. Anyway, catching up with this plan with me, so this is on to Wednesday. I did do a little bit of future planning because there were a few set in stone things that I knew were happening at work this week, so we had an update at work occur. Oh no, the hubby is laughing. I love him. Anyway, update at work. And then there was a lunch meeting on Wednesday. So because I had that meeting, and honestly, I was just unbelievably tired on Wednesday, I decided not to go into my part-time job. And so I did my lunch meeting, and then I went home, and I actually took a nap. So if you've seen any of my other Plan With Me's, you're probably well aware I am a fan of naps. Working where I work, I have to be at work by like 5:30, so I'm waking up at 4:30 every weekday. And just the way I am, I have not, even though I go to bed early, I have not hit 8 hours of sleep on a weekday that I've worked since I started working there 3 years ago. So naps are very important, and I just listen to my body. If my body says, hey, you need to take a couple of hours of rest, then I take a couple hours of rest, and then I get up and do whatever I had planned for that evening. All right, now we're on to Thursday. So as you can see, Monday is kind of my long planning session, and then all the way, so Tuesday through Thursday tend to be the Not quite as long sessions. They usually take me about like 10 to 15 minutes to update, and then I'm done in my planner. Just because I just update for that day. I don't do any future asterisk. For the most part, I don't do any future planning. If I have a set in stone thing that I'm doing, like the updates at work, the lunch meeting, the regular meeting that I have marked in on Friday, I'll go ahead and mark that in. But for the most part, I plan the evening of. Or the evening after I have already gone through my day. Just because this is my pretty planner. It is, a lot of people will call it their memory keeper. I have my work planner where I have everything color coded. It's pretty boring, and I can mark stuff out on that. But this planner, I do not mark stuff out on because I want it to be pretty. This is the planner I'm going to look back on to see what I did during the week. So, I also want to put in the workout emojis from the Coffee Monsters Co. are amazing, and most of the time the reason I actually lift weights and stuff is because I want to put the sticker down. Not gonna lie. As weird as that is, for whatever reason, that is motivation for me. So if I'm feeling lack of motivation, I'm like, but then I won't get to use that pretty sticker. Anyway, I guess that's a little side quest, if you will. So on Thursday, I did go to my normal job. It was payday, hallelujah. So I did take care of bills. I was able to do some lower body, which is fantastic. And went for about an hour to my part-time job. However, because teams were, just because of their schedule, there really wasn't any work for me to do, so I only stayed about an hour. And then I came home and I took a nap with my husband because I was tired and I wanted a nap. After that, I did my usual nightly routine where I updated my planner. I may have done a little bit of reading, but I didn't mark it in, and I did some journaling. So I have a couple of journals that I do keep up with. One is my reading journal, which I did complete a book this past week. And then, what else do I have? I have several. I have a news journal where I keep up with different political events and just regular news stories. And I have my year-to-year journal that I use as well. So, I tend to do quite a bit of writing and quite a bit of journaling. All right, on Friday, so this is my second longest planning session that I have for the week, and that's because I don't really do any day-to-day planning over the weekend. I like to enjoy my weekend and pretty much do whatever I'm gonna do. So I do a little bit of future planning when it comes to Saturdays and Sundays because I have a fairly decent idea of what we're gonna do, and I don't necessarily stress if something gets switched around or anything like that on the weekends. For whatever reason, that's how my mind works, and so that's what I do. Anyway, so Friday, regular old work day. I did do a workout. However, all I did was walk on the treadmill. I actually prefer cardio quite a bit more over anything strength related. I consider myself a cardio hound. I would much rather go run 1 or 2 miles and be done with it versus lifting. You're basically stuck working out for 30 minutes or more just to get the workout done. Whereas if I'm running and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do 2 miles, I get to choose the pace. So if I go fast, then I'm done faster and I'm done working out. But anyway, so I did just go for a walk. I was pretty low energy on Friday, so I just walked on the treadmill. Not to mention, I was fairly busy at work. I had a decent patient load. My computer's still down, so I did have to go to a different office to do my notes. And I had a fairly long meeting that I had to go to on Friday as well. So. And Friday was date night. It was fantastic. It was a stay-at-home date night. My husband and I watched Rush Hour. We've kind of started this thing where we choose a TV or a movie series rather, and we will make our way through that movie series. Sometimes we'll turn it into a little date night, this time, where we get pizza, which we have once a month, just, trying to be healthy again, but in moderation. So we do allow ourselves to have and order pizza once a month. And we decided that Friday the 24th was the day that we were going to have pizza. And watch Rush Hour and just enjoy each other's company and have some quality time. I am very much a quality time person, and so nights, date nights, especially stay-at-home date nights where we just get to hang out on the couch and watch TV, or read books together or anything like that, is just, it fills my cup quite a bit. So as you're about to see, I will be very dissatisfied with how that turned out. So I start pulling up stickers and repositioning them. I did not like my writing this week. So, yeah, I just didn't like it. And so I changed it up. I covered it with that movie night, went ahead and just stickered it all up. Took away that date night. We also enjoy our fireplace quite a bit, so I got those fireplace start a fire stickers from Brianne Nicole Designs. They're a little bit bigger than what I would like, but I got a whole page of them, so we are absolutely gonna use them. And they are cute stickers. Like I said, my only gripe is that they're kind of large. So, and then we are having back-to-back date nights technically, but Saturday's kind of a double date, so we don't usually consider that in our date night tracker type deal. But I had already pulled that sticker up, so I wanted to go ahead and use it.
Wait, he's a mate. Why the fuck do you have full crystal? The crystal boy is a mate.
And so later on, I will put in that we are having a double date with my friend Dana and her boyfriend. But right now, I decided to hand letter in that I took a nap on Friday as well. Like I said, I was pretty exhausted, so the nap was essential. And then that's actually me doing this plan with me, because I went ahead and planned Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in one setting. Because like I said, I don't really touch this part of my planner on the weekends. I'm usually looking towards, everything else. So that was my week. Here is just a quick close-up. You can see all the smudges and the craziness of it. Overall, I really did like how this planner spread did turn out. I really enjoyed the colors. I'm liking that I'm not using quite as many stickers. I'm not very minimal, but I'm more minimal than I have been being, so I appreciate appreciate that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you would like, and if not, I'll see you next video. Bye.